when you read orang punya teks ni kadang-kadang ada dia mengucapkan certain companies macam especially UNN lah. UNN was so famous at the time that orang masa lockdown ni kenapa UNN dia lejot tu apa semua, dan UNN explain that were apa cable thief apa semua apa tu, and then they were apa putus apa cable and stuff like that, dan orang dah fahamnya kalau putus kabel sambunglah balik, macam orang fikir senang kan menyambung balik. Yang minat orang.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat datang kembali ke Suara Kita Ni podcast yang lama dah bertinggalkan. My name is Syafi'i and with me husband Haji Hassan dari Jepun. Apa greeting Jepun ni?
Ohayo gozaimasu. Konnichiwa.
Apa kabar man?
Alhamdulillah.
Apa kabar di Jepun?
Masa ni kalau lihat cuaca di Jepun sekarang terang. Sekarang saya berada di depan Mount Fuji. Saya dapat lihat di sana Mount Fuji sana.
Masya-Allah. Sana napakai masa di luar.
Ni indah. This is my apa namanya itu? My bedroom view. Ni cermin tabok ni belakang. Tabok.
Hebat. Okay, anyway, this episode ni sorry juga kira untuk memberitahu all those viewers and all those listeners lah. But ada in buat podcast ni, we've been concentrating on our video content sebelum ni, doing the interviews. We're supposed to do more of them, tapi as you know, COVID ya kan. So we're back here doing the podcast, the online podcast. So topik hari ni is related to COVID. We're gonna talk about the second wave ni lah, how it impacted us Bruneians, and going back to first time ada news atau ingat kau man tadi di ICC tu. To be honest, masa tu aku ni baru percaya pulang masa tu.
Macam unless unless ada official kira statement from the government baru dah percaya. Tapi they were apa ni orang liputan semasa dari warga-warga netizen WhatsApp apa semua itulah.
Sebelum tu lagi ada yang pasal border orang kemiri apa ni bukan kemiri Kelimbang.
Kelimbang.
Mana ni juga payah percaya.
Pasal tu itu macam ada kes yang orang melalui beraya ke Kelimbang ni apa semua tu. There were a few cases, not cases lah, the few rumors that orang beraya ke mana tu, Kelimbang masa hari raya tu through jalan sungai apa.
But there was berapa lama kah batah dah pulang kira
pulang raya bulan berapa tu? Bulan 5, bulan 6 macam tu.
Macam lah. 2 bulan lebih. Kira dari awal ni lah. Just but anyway, Pada masa tu pun ada Sultan juga datang di ICC tu, ramai lah macam itu manager ni percaya kan, and then ada the press conference tu, and we were there, we were doing our outro masa tu.
To those listeners yang kami maksudkan ICC tu was that we were there for Hari Belia Kebangsaan. Macam we were shooting for the youth town hall, the town hall session with the menteri apa and YB, and then we were covering most of the events lah. And then tema tu pun juga we getting to know most of the itulah yang spearheaders of the belia masa ni lah juga. Dan masa kita ni duduk kita cerita, and then ada macam ada WhatsApp apa Telegram, ada IG juga mostly yang ada announcement, emergency announcement lah by Ministry of Health juga apa. Dan
first
ada
case
bunyinya.
First case in nearly 1 year I think.
More than one year. Pasal I
year.
remember COVID situation hits Brunei masa March 2020, and everyone's like tema tu pun time kan cuti sekolah kata salah aku. Cuti sekolah apa.
Cuti sekolah.
And then alhamdulillah it was like within control lah that masa bulan 11 bulan 11 kah that bulan 11 kah tu?
Bulan 3.
I mean bulan 11 mata kali yang most of the restriction are lifted apa.
Lifted, yes, correct.
Orang bulan 11 lah. Then we start going around apa stuff like that. It was like it was a good feeling pulang masa keluar tu. Keluar jalan-jalan apa beramai jumpa sanak saudara, sanak saudara apa semua tu. Stuff like that lah. And then Nabatan ni pun masa August masa apa tu? August ke tu? August juta. August this year. And we got a hit from the
first week of August.
First week of August, second second wave. It's a second wave.
It was kira in the plan to be honest, it's realistic. So menangkan luar di negara jiran jangan masih with the high cases berapa 20,000 lah. 20,000, more than 20,000 cases per day, which is crazy lah. So it's
I don't think it's 20,000 cases per day. Itu banyak tu juga. I think hundreds of cases. Kalau di Malaysia it's 1,000 cases per day kah. And then I think the latest one is 30,000 salah aku. 30,000 kah for 40,000 cases water. Yeah, I mean I mean when Brunei kana pun the numbers are increasing day by day juga. Macam hari tu berpuluh kanya, and now beratus, and then now it's going down pulang. Atau pun going down pun belum dia expect lah.
We have the list new cases pulang kemarin with 76 new cases. That's a good thing lah yang mungkin turun juga pangan.
Well, it is a good thing pulang. Tapi we still don't know the tests apa mas. Ani pun with the government, MOH itself themselves pun ada membukakan the drive-thru swab tu, and people start going there to do the drive-thru swab apa semua. I really wanted to go lah, tapi kan apa booking sistemnya is always packed.
Apa pernah booking lah? Kena suruh swab kah?
Ini macam voluntarily swab lah.
Okay.
Voluntarily swab. Tapi according to system itu it's fully packed lah. So I'm gonna wait until it die down lah. Kan tahu je kan. Pasal from the test satu pun we don't know who are having symptoms apa tu positif, negatif atau juga. Especially yang apa tu asymptomatic asymptomatic kah? Kenapa tu? Asymptomatic
to check apa namanya?
I think it's asymptomatic patients kan namanya, where they don't show.
Yang penting ada symptom lah.
Yang patient orang yang ada showing any symptoms apa, however are carriers of this COVID itulah. Especially when the ministry yang berhormat Dato' Hisham mention itu it's a Delta variant sudah kan, where Delta variant it's much more infectious compared to the Alpha variant lah. Again, we can't be too complacent juga regarding this lah. Pasal dulu we were like masa awal kena lift ban itu pun ada restrictions, not a ban, restriction itu that we start using mask apa, we start scanning brutal. Tapi along the way sampai macam as if people treat it as nada sudah. Ya, orang ini juga ada lagi barang aninya. Kenapa they will say kenapa kita mesti pakai mask apa semua tu? Kenapa mesti kita ni scan apa semua tu? Tapi we always lupa that other countries are still in this stage where they are doing all the precautions apa prevent this thing happen lah. Yeah, I mean,
with it was like macam kau pernah lihat Attack on Titan tu? Ada yang macam mana tu? Dia punya permia walls nya tu, tetangga tu. Macam jatuh lah rasanya.
You mean lockdown na to because of the
Awa.
walls lah.
Awa, ito
Take
lah.
off Take off Titan.
So, ani ka na bridge dah. Ito lah.
The walls na to.
Kalau
Belum
belum,
lang turun yet. Belum lang turun yet the walls na to.
awal mo lang. Tapi,
Yeah.
ka na bridge sila dah. Ito lah rasanya bagi ko. Ako, baru ba na time was last year kan? This year. Ako binge watch the Attack of Titan na to. Ito ko, bro. Tawa. But anyway,
pasal
kalau
work
siapa
from
yang
home
mana
ka
melihat,
to.
chat lah. Itu kerja ko to. But anyway, speaking of work from home, how is it working from home, husband, for you?
Working from home is actually sana. It's good and bad lah to say. There's pros and cons working from home tu je. Kalau for me, working from home is a blessing je lah sebenarnya. Macam you let's be real lah. Macam when you wake up pun macam you don't have to rush to work apa. Pasal usually kalau you rush to work, you have to wake up early in the morning just to avoid traffic. Tapi kalau ni you woke up in the morning, have your macam mandi apa, have your breakfast, and then down on the computer, check in your attendance apa, and then do some work, and then without without someone hanging over your shoulder looking at you if you're doing it work apa semua. You know those kind of things macam kalau di office ada macam yang melihat macam mata-mata kau buat kerja kinda stuff like that, and then you can do this at your own pace. Sebenarnya.
Yeah, true. I mean, I think one big challenge itu yang bangun tidur atau pelambat ya.
I think everyone has that problem pelang kan bangun dari tidur awal atau dan apa. Tapi ini macam I have friends orang cakap macam ni bangun tidur atau orang check in dulu ke office. Before ini, then baru tu orang macam baru tu orang macam ke Jamban makan breakfast apa, then do the things in the morning, then baru tu buat kerja macam. Orang as long as that I'm as long as I check in at the right time and I can do whatever. Pasal without supervision pun it's a good thing juga, there's a bad thing juga. Macam kalau without supervision that you'll tend to slack off. Like house sebenarnya di rumah tu is tempat rehat lah. That's why the environment of rumah tu is cozy for you. Where you wanna rest, where you wanna macam chill out, not to stress out je. Tapi again, it's a convenience lah sebenarnya kalau working from home. Tapi I have to say juga that I can sympathize with parents lah yang ada anak damit, and then ada yang macam sekolah rendah apa semua tu sekolah menengah I think bearable lah sikit. Yang sekolah rendah apa semua tu is that especially those yang within macam having a daycare ataupun preschool apa semua, that they are not really exposed to online learning ni ba, those kind of things apa. And then plus again parents pun they have to do their punya work online at the same time the kids have to be online to attend school apa semua tu. And then ada lagi parents yang macam they only have certain amount of devices to go online, macam ada yang pakai flip phone saja, ada yang pakai PC apa semua tu, ada yang pakai laptop and stuff like that. But then if you have limited, you have to share with your kid apa, ataupun you have to compromise with the kid, ataupun I can understand macam kadang-kadang kids are
it's not cheap lah to dual work from home thing.
Yeah, work from home tu is not cheap lah sebenarnya. When they said that pasal we are not prepared when the first lockdown happened, that everything have to buy stuff apa lagi macam extra laptop, extra computers, extra mobile phones, extra tablet, just to cater the use of online learning atau kan. And then alhamdulillah during the second lockdown atau is that we are prepared lang. We were not in the prepare benar-benar lah. Macam we didn't know this happen apa semua tu. So everything ngajut lockdown ngajut. all the plans, especially yang ato, I have friends who are supposed to be getting married during the week ato, and then all plans cancelled. Dorang pun ada meluahkan rasa macam duka cita dorang, rasa macam frustration that some companies are not willing to refund dorang punya tu since the wedding atau, tapi they ask for postpone, tapi they also don't know bila dorang kan dapat postpone apa juga. More and more they have to like carry on apa semua tu without the proper consideration from parties yang dorang work with tu lah for dorang punya wedding. So alhamdulillah they got married through virtual apa tu virtual wedding. Not for us it's virtual wedding lang pasal we were the ones looking from that one from dorang punya live stream.
Pwede
Tapi
do,
alhamdulillah,
virtual wedding kan ya.
yeah.
Jangan no.
Oh, wow.
Yang penting ada permia imamnya tu kan, permia saksi.
Tokadi, saksi.
Yang kan kawin itu.
Yang kan kawin itu laki bini. And then kalau ada macam perlindungan lah juga macam both belah pihak lah, dua belah pihak punya perlindungan to approve dorang. Macam apa tu menyain ada menyain lah pokoknya lupa kau apa namanya itu. Belum pernah kawin sana tahu taklek.
Mana bukan.
kontrak itulah. Yeah, I mean the second wave ni pun really hits hard juga to our local businesses, the businesses we have here lah, macam especially those SMEs who are more relying towards customers coming into orang punya shops or buying orang punya products apa ni, especially restaurants lah. Restaurants are highly depending on customers coming into orang punya restaurant and eat there. Oh yeah, macam masa the first wave tu. Masa the first wave tu was teruk lah, macam all shops closed. It was total lockdown. On another restaurant buka, they even have to pay rent apa, and then another things that they have to generate money to pay rent apa semua tu. So they're thinking of multiple ways until the government start to say that restrictions are lifted, that you can tapau food or buy food. Alhamdulillah, this partial lockdown really helps a bit lah with the those sectors juga. The businesses apa macam they are allowed to do businesses, having runners to bring food here and there, bring orang punya product here and there, and then you can see the boost of online shopping atau really big lah in Brunei for some reason.
Tengok everyone started. Permia Shopee full, if you out of Shopee full, ya sampai dorang nak dapat accept order lagi.
Yeah, I heard about that. Even what I heard recently was that businesses like Gomamam, Tapao, they said they have to control dorang punya order because they don't have enough runners or delivery couriers to bring this food apa. Even McD tu hari tu, McDonald Brunei, hari tu one of my friend called, dorang cakap dia that McDonald Brunei cannot handle delivery. So it's either having a drive-thru atau having pick-up. Kali hari tu bahannya kami pick-up saja. Then sekalinya dorang call lagi, oh sorry, we don't have enough hands to do the pick-up service itu. So everything is going through delivery lah. They're going through the drive-thru. So the only drive-thru in Brunei for that is only in Jurudong and Lambak kan. So as you can see, so my friend ni tinggal di Jurudong. So basically he has to go to Jurudong for that. And then kalau kan Kelambak pun jauh sama je panjang queue pasal they are friends. Dia cakap ada friend tema tu cakapnya they were in Lambak and orang punya queue manjang apa sampai ke traffic light, limpasi traffic light tu nya dorang lah. Itu tu macam they said because of that pasal dorang bukakan untuk drive-thru sajalah. So yeah, it's a good thing to consider pasal they started an alternative. They think of an alternative to handle how to do this business when dining in dapat picking up the food dapat. So because they wanna prevent having customer service and the customer having a close contact atau macam ramai yang tu pasal kalau ada counter kan you have to berberes itu macam
memang
ada close proximity lah.
is high probability of contact, ada contact close contact tu. Especially with the ada simptom lah.
Ada simptom lah. Tapi however kita ni boleh fikir macam tu je pasal McDonald, KFC they are big businesses pa. They are the business yang have a lot of money to back up kalau sekiranya anything happen to dorang tu punya business. Tapi kalau yang small businesses
small business yang payah sikit.
Atau yang kepisan lah macam some of them are too relying on this income dorang ni, the customer ni. So when small business are affected with this, dorang pun macam they have problems. One problem is that cari customer kan tau. Second problem is mencari supplier or di mana akan beli supply.
The shipping ni pun macam ni payah lagi.
Benar, shipping tu pun. Especially juga macam kedai masa ni, even supermarket, hypermarkets, they are limiting the number of people coming into the building at one time. I remember SKH dorang cakap 30 orang kanya. Waho, I don't remember berapa, but they are trying to limit people coming in juga. So it's a good initiative juga from this companies ya.
Ada yang buat macam you send them a list and then tinggal pick up saja kan.
Waho punya initiative juga tu. I read about that Waho ni dorang text them the list you want and then apa saja barangnya. Kalau dapat specific lagi better. So then dorang tahu susunkan pay on. I don't know, pay online kata. Pay online atau pakai kredit time atau?
I think dapat online kan. Think dapat online. It's good lah. I think pasal juga it's important that they look into this because banyak yang macam banyak kedai kan banyak ada positive cases itu. The staff yang ada positive cases wah. Itu
berhabuk gunung. Berhabuk ya. Itu ya. Some shops pun have to close them pasal they just found some of them found out that dorang punya staff or dorang punya workers atau are positive on dorang punya swab test apa, so they have to close down, disinfect the company, disinfect the shops, and then asking everyone to do swab test just in case apa semua tu. There's a lot of happens juga macam especially ni dorang businesses yang has customer service yang macam banks, restaurants apa yang mostly interact with people lah.
Shout out to them yang mesti juga kerja and willing to kerja juga. Macam orang ada choice juga kan. So
one thing about this thing juga macam these people are willing to work even though they're risking their life. Yang aku faham is that these people yang I saw on Facebook, I saw on WhatsApp that orang mau ngomplain bila orang sudah membuat kerja-kerja macam especially a few days ago we had viral videos yang ada someone who show dia punya dissatisfaction to these people who are willing to work for these people. Then Toto caranya is like posting video online, make it viral, mengucapkan dorang apa semua ni. It seems that dorang ni macam nepuas hati barang itu terjadi pada dorang bah. And then another thing is that also that these people pun kadang-kadang nepaham that kepentingan diri dorang itu is much more important than kepentingan orang lain. Jatuh lah. Macam ada tu I saw someone commented on Facebook or post dorang punya status on Facebook is that the story was that dia memarahi bank-banknya yang kenapa akan membukakan 2 counter saja sedangkan counter tu banyak untuk dorang mengambil usian gaji dorang apa semua tu, dan sudah 2 counter saja tapi ramai orang berkumpul sana untuk 2 counter ni. So bukankah lebih banyak lagi barang atau dorang lebih banyak lagi yang berkumpul apa semua tu. Then if you think it that way, it's true pulang. What he said atau is true pulang. Tapi however to prevent this thing kind of thing to happen, they have to cut down dorong punya employees who's working. No, not to cut down, to do alteration macam siapa kerja hari ni, berapa orang kerja hari ni apa semua. And then yang pecahnya is that tahu sudah kalau tahu sudah tempat atur ramai, kenapa juga kan diaga bah?
Benar.
Macam I was like, kenapa kan? Tahu sudah ramai, kenapa diaga masih? Bolehlah macam ni je dapat. Kalau kan dapatkan gaji itu hari ni, it's true pulangnya akan bayar kereta apa, tapi there is leniency in this pa sebenarnya lah kalau dapat diusahakan.
Think it's up to them yang melihat kira the situation yun lah, then make decisions from there.
Itu tuh apanya orang berakal tas sikit lah macam mikirkan barang itu. Macam tahu sudah ramai orang, kenapa juga masih kan ikut berbaris jatuh pak. Dan kenapa juga kan keluar. Again, it's not necessity. Pasal masa ni everything can do online wah.
True.
Apa semua tu. Tapi I know lah some things can't be do online macam kalau kan masukkan check apa ni dapat masuk apa kan do online apa. Itu paham pulang ko. Tapi however that can be done another day wah. Apa spesialnya masuk dia. I know they want to have the security of masukkan duit dalam bank. Tapi again take it slow lah. Macam we have to appreciate things macam take it slow jangan sampai kagas apa semua orang ni. I mean, I really have to shout out juga to all the frontliners, to all the volunteers, to not only frontliners, volunteers, the runners juga, and then those people who are working at this time to ensure that everyone gets their necessities apa semua tu, especially karan, air apa. They are working 24 hours to enable us to dapat karan and airnya. So I heard a few days ago there were no water in certain areas and other certain areas kebanjiran apa semua. And then
mana ada banjiran yang tahu.
Ada, I think it was Tutong I remember reading it Tutong lah. So we've been hujan ganyan kan manjang macam a few days.
Yeah, ku notice every lepas maghrib hujan tiap.
Lepas maghrib hujan macam kalau time malam cuaca hujan tiap apa. So I really like to express my gratitude juga dan terima kasih to everyone yang frontliners, runners, especially the nurses yang retired, those retired health workers yang turun padang untuk menangani apa semua ni, dan those who are actually having dorong punya services yang habis sudah tapi dorong sanggup menyambung lagi services dorong apa semua tu. And then shout out to the ministries juga having thought of plans in order to cater the people of Brunei, macam thinking of where to sustain juga macam the economy, sustain the workflow apa semua tu lah. Without them kita
it's not easy to retain the economy nila, seeing all the negara jiran juga memang payah lah maksudnya
memang payah lah, tapi alhamdulillah that under the guidance of His Majesty that we are able to sustain even though ada partial lockdown nila. Pasal some countries they were having a lockdown but they were unable to sustain economy apa and stuff like that, but more and more they have to open up the borders, they have to open up the shops in order to sustain the economy lah. There are a few things to consider je lah regarding this juga. Tapi again, talking about second wave ni, a lot of things have to change and must change je lah sebenarnya. We also see that sometimes ada things that are not necessary to have are the things that we should itulah buang macam itulah. Macam ada some things lah macam some people saying that having to work in the office pun can be done at home je. Then why come to the office je tu? Pasal most of the work tu dapat buat di rumah apa, tapi why do I have to come into the office pasal apa semua tu? Itu when I think about it pun why macam sedangkan apa yang kita ni buat di office tu boleh buat di rumah if we think about it so we can kadang-kadang we can eliminate that option. Tapi again, not every company have the same thinking and the same policy kan. Cuma tu.
I mean it's you can say it's a privilege lah dapat working from home like we said earlier kan. So you need all the
Benar.
equipment, and then belum lagi orang yang belum in the tech savvy yang tahu cuma nama kayak Google Doc, all that, Gmail.
Benar. This mostly happens to yang yang older generations lah, pasal they are the ones who are used to using paper and pen to do work and then using macam komputer tu pun only when they want to do emails apa semua tu. Tapi again, it's something they have to adopt je lah sebenarnya. They have to adopt, they have to take in pasal the world's changing at a faster pace that we have also to adopt to adapt the trend je lah apa semua tu. Ni masa ni we have new phones that allow us smartphones that allow us to do documentation through the phone sudah, macam baca documentation through the phone and stuff like that. Even the communication services pun macam WhatsApp, Telegram itu it's much more better sudah. Allows you to take pictures and then scan documents apa semua tu.
You can do the basic things PC can do lah basically.
Yeah, it's a very powerful thing lah.
Which shows how far technology have come. It's a matter of the human lagi. Cuman dorang yang adapt the things.
Yeah, the things satu lah.
Yeah. So last time it was have you been vaccinated kah?
Oh yes, tapi first dose baru. You know when actually nya pasal the when I wanted to book awal, the booking itu full bah. So payahlah kan dapat booking. And then when masa Julai, aku notice that August banyak kosong. So I was like, wah,
I'll take
Bukan. Awal sudah aku booking, awal sudah masa bulan August. I remember I book masa 11 hari bulan 8. 11 kata. It was I remember it was on Saturday. No, 14 of August jatuhlah. So relax lah, chill apa, menunggu 14 hari bulan. Then masa on the 7th, they declare that the second wave of COVID for Brunei happened. And I was like, boh, aku lagi belum vaksin. Belum vaksin, cuma mikir kok, boh.
Can imagine lang. Cuman because my vaccination was earlier before all the partial lockdown happened again. So how's the situation?
I don't know lah. I don't know previously for other people lah. They said awal-awal tu before my vaccine that they said a lot of people did the walk-in vaccination and then a lot of itulah. Tapi for me it was like alhamdulillah when I did the booking it was okay, but it took me 5 hours from pasal I remember my vaccination time was 10:30. And then it took me karena begitu datang sana setengah jam before lah. So we actually did come around 9:30. Before 9:30 itulah sudah sampai di sana. So mine was 10:30, but we came there like 9:30, 9:45 itulah, just in case why not awal banar-banar lah. However, they have the slot system sudah, then pukul 11 ada macam lainnya, pukul 12 ada lainnya semua itulah, which is a good thing lah. However, I mean 5 hours waiting for vaccination it was a bit tiring bila sikit. So you're waiting just for shots for a few minutes kayaknya.
Few seconds lah saja.
Few seconds lah sebenarnya. Itulah. Dan sekalinya macam 5 minit. Tu sebenarnya ada kawan yang bercerita juga. So alhamdulillah like while talking to people really kills time je lah, macam at least ada menceritakan dia terasa batal lah. Tapi alhamdulillah for the system yang ada tu at least dia teratur. Tapi I'm quite surprised ada yang sama macam nasabarkan vaksin tu, sanggup kan berkelahi sama frontliners semua tu kok why macam kok kenapa semua kan berkelahi kan, macam you have your slot sudah, why don't you just follow the slot?
It's the reason why you have the booking system kan.
Tapi ada some people juga ada yang Bukan, I wasn't saying this pasal orang itu nah, they did book tapi orang akhirnya datang bah. Macam dorang book 10 tapi dorang book pukul 12 macam tu. Dan alasan dorang kerja apa semua. I
Yeah,
mean,
what happens if dorang datang akhiran? Is it kena
oh,
push
atau I
ke
don't
belakang
know.
ah?
I don't know. Atau I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Tapi I think if you think it logically, the best possible solution is to go in the same atau pulang, the same slot yang dia akhir datang atau lah. Macam for example dia datang pukul 10, punya booking pukul 10, dia datang pukul 12. I think he or she has to go pukul 12. Tapi again, kalau for me, it's better to reschedule lah pasal to avoid this kind of controversial thing happen lah and stuff like that.
I don't know,
I mean,
kira that's must be a hassle lah untuk dorang, the frontliner to handle. Misalnya
yelah,
pun berapa, sehari berapa kena vaksinan?
I don't know. I think it's about 1,000 per day yang kena vaksin ni.
We're now
1,000 ke 100.
19.6% vaccinated. Yang
first dose
double
kan?
dose.
Double
Kalau
dose.
first dose, one dose saja 48.3% of Bruneians. So which leaves us at berapa persen? Berapa orang lagi tu? Tapi itu belum
banyak.
Nakira orang yang anu bilang tu Keranak. Siapa lagi? Keranak bilang saja yang 18 below 18 lah. Calculatornya kira berapa? Kalau Brunei 40,000.
Betul lah.
19.6. 6% lah. Dalam 70 lebih ribu, kan 80 lebih ribu lah dah vaksin.
Yelah, Alhamdulillah. Tapi that does not include kanak-kanak lah. I think kanak-kanak lagi banyak lah orang ni. Pasal dorang pun a risk, especially those yang 12 tahun ke bawah yang dapat vaksin ini. If I'm not mistaken lah.
Pasal dorang, I think ada pelang kena mention last time when macam apa time press conference apa press conference kan namanya press conference
yeah,
ada
I
kena
would like
tanya
also
apa
sorry keren
ada kena tanya pasal apa namanya bila anak kena vaksin apa, and then the minister said there's no point if anak vaksin tapi all the adults are not yet vaccinated, so that shows the importance lah.
Yeah. Betul je lagi. I also want to lupa masukkan today, but I also want to express my gratitude to the journalist lah, especially those yang turun padang untuk merekodkan and then merekodkan going live to capture this press conference ni and asking questions from the people who view the press conference ni through dorang punya Instagram apa semua tu. Actually those
James lah si legend kan dia.
Legend si James atau
may orang kenal lah kan dia.
Itu. Tapi again I'm still macam ada rasa macam puas hati je lah macam to the people who view dorang punya live ni. Macam kadang-kadang teks ni kadang-kadang ada yang mengucapkan certain companies, macam especially UNN lah. UNN was so famous at the time that dorang masa lockdown ni. Kenapa UNN dia jual tu apa semua. Dan UNN explain that were cable thief apa semua apa tu. And then they were putus kabel and stuff like that. Dan dorang dah fahamnya kalau putus kabel sambunglah balik. Macam dorang fikir senang menyambung balik. Yang minat dorang buat. Dorang lah buat sebarangannya. Macam kadang-kadang I was like, because I myself have like an IT background, so I understand how it works apa. Jadi kadang-kadang bila dorang tahu bercakap ni rasa macam
Kiranya macam splicing kan wire tu.
Macam senangnya macam nyambung cuma ni saja macam tu. Itu sudah tu ada connection sudah. I mean like Recently they were news juga, then they found out that some of the cable thefts cable thieves ni kedapatan sudah, alhamdulillah. Tapi however, it's still gonna take some time juga to usai and pasang balik the cables. Pasal when it's fiber optic kan ni dapat sambung cuma tu saja apa. They have to buka everything, they have to keluarkan semua kabel itu and replace with a new one. Pasal itu again mention tadi bukan macam splicing current je, macam nyambung current cuma tu saja. It's not like that bah. Macam pakai tape apa the black tape atau it's not like that. Because you have to take out everything and to sambung macam a whole new cabling lagi, and then the pasal
kurang mesti pakai mesin ada this mesin nila untuk sambung.
Untuk sambung memang pulang, tapi itu I know pulang kalau bukan nyambung barang atau fiber optic punya tu memang boleh, tapi however the risk for it is really high that it can damage the transfer of data tu. So rather than menyambung pakai ni, they have to remove everything and make a new one macam tu lah. Pasang a new one macam tu lah. So that's why it takes a lot of time to do it. It takes a lot of time. Apa semua tu, it's not going to be in one day. However, the thing about networking itu is that we can reroute kita punya network. Remember a few days ago, I think last week Brunei was in Vietnam punya
yes, all the ads was Vietnam
Vietnam punya server lah, because the rerouting itu it's to enable us to have connection while
that's the reason.
That's the reason lah, while Brunei is fixing the cabling problem in Brunei lah. So itulah, tapi kayaknya orang faham kenapa kan ni macam tu. When kena explain sudah masih you faham, so macam it's better to ignore this kind of people lah, cuma tu lah olehnya.
It's very technical lah, that's why
very technical lah, macam very technical apa semua tu. Itu tu I mean rasa kadang-kadang macam this is where it says that knowledge itu is really important bah. It's really important that you have to understand this kind of things. Macam let's say macam banjir happens. Kali ada some people memarahi kerajaan. Almost like kadang-kadang macam bangau kenapa pula kan marahi kerajaan pasal tu. Then they would say pasal lungkang selalu pano. Then they would say pasal bila asas hujan tempat atau selalu banjir. Macam kalau tahu setempat atau selalu banjir, kenapa ni pindah lah. Satu, kedua kenapa nak buat rumah tinggi macam tu lah. Tapi again, they will say mana duit lah macam tu. They will say where's the money. Then I will understand lah. Tapi again, you don't have to blame other people lah. Kalau tahu sebelum kau tu pano, kenapa nak clearkan macam tu, clearkan sendiri apa, stuff like that. Tapi again, you know lah, sebagai manusia pun kadang-kadang we have things that we can do or we have things that we can't do. Itulah.
Sama ada yang orang jenisnya komplain saya kerajanya atau ya buat kerja.
Macam tu lah. Are you a doer or a talker? Macam tu lah.
Macam tu lah. I think ada the proper wording bah. Jap.
Doer or complainer? Entahlah.
Are you a warrior atau a warrior? Faham tak?
Warrior or warrior. Dah lah.
Okay, that's an IT expert from Japan for you sana, talking about apa cable splicing and cara connect optic.
Kami di Jepun we get 1 terabyte of data speed kah?
Gila.
Wait, I think Japan
benar kata 5G kena.
Wait. I think Japan is, sorry, my mistake. Brunei, Japan. Tunggu. Okay, Japan recorded the biggest data transfer, which is 319 terabits per second. Artinya kalau kau download movie yang 1 gigabyte, it only takes you berapa millisecond lah tu barunya. So
Kenapa yang menunggu lah?
Pakai gelas.
think that's why macam other countries streaming platforms are booming kan, because they don't need to download those movies anymore. Macam
Ya.
is apa, jadi beban bilang banyak apa on their storage
Space
lah.
storage na pakai lah. Tapi again, that's depending on orang punya data service provider lah. Internet service provider orang. Macam kalau let's say in Malaysia, orang they have like Hotlink, Maxis apa, Celcom, Digi, orang punya ASP itu. And then again, sometimes you gotta understand juga macam the reason why they can manage to have higher speed and higher quota of data too is that depending on orang punya population juga lah, right? So Brunei have, as mentioned today, Brunei have almost 500,000 of people, and then imagine that everyone pays. I think the cheapest, let's say it's $30 lah to pay for the internet. So if everyone pay $30 for internet, we can get berapa tu? 1 million, 12 million kah? Or 1.2 million of income for the ISP to provide these services. However, 1.2 million itu pun terpaksa dibagikan juga. 1.2 million itu terpaksa bagikan untuk membayar server dan membayar the renting of internet from other countries apa, and then the use of certain things apa. Then it comes down to berapa ratus ribu ataupun berapa ratus ribu itu untuk membayar certain facilities dan membayar employee punya ataupun there's a lot of things. Tapi kalau di Malaysia, macam I know they have a lot of itu, tapi again, let's say for example Malaysia, berapa population orang? Malaysia, let's Google that. Malaysia population. About 31.95 million. By ini 2019 lah. So imagine like the 31.95 itu, orang bayar RM5 saja seorang.
Which is adalah profitable dah.
Profitable lah.
Napa ya 100% lah, 50% ya.
50%
even 10% lah. Cukup boleh. I mean, it's already profitable.
It's already profitable. Then RM5 itu for them, imagine lah macam okay, let's say dorang bayar internet dorang 30 aja. Same rate as Brunei lah. RM30 je. Tapi again, RM30 itu kali dengan 31 million, that's a lot, man. That's like berapa tu? 90 million. 90 million kah? 90 million I think? About 90 million ya. Okay, my math is kurang, so I'm sorry.
90
tapi about 90 million lah.
Atau 90, 100.
So 90 million
Harus
kali
amat
dengan okay. So lockdown.
Imagine.
So 90 million kali 12. So that's in a month. So 12 kali 9 is berapa tu? 81. So inshallah they get like 8 billion in a month, in a year. Terus kah kira kau? No, 800 million in a year, I think. 800 million in a year. So ada 800 million kah? 800
berapa
million.
Apa mathsnya?
So okay, let's say $30 lah per person. Then kali dengan 30 million.
900 million.
Yeah, 900 million. Then kali 12.
Kali 12 itu apa? Bulan.
Bulan. Kali 12 bulan.
1 billion lah.
So basically also it generates 1 billion kan. So means that they have enough money to pay for facilities, they have enough money to pay for servers, they have enough money to pay the employees. Apa semua tu.
And
so,
jauh
jaraknya.
They can pay for the research and development, which is important.
Our research and development. Tapi lihat itu besar jaraknya compared to Brunei. So that's why for me aku bersyukur that Brunei are actually improving dorang punya our internet services and the internet technology to year by year. I know it's not gonna be fast as Malaysia or other countries. Pasal they can do it in 1 month in 1 month or 1 year. Tapi Brunei had to do it in a span of 5 years apa semua. Pasal they had dorang punya research. They said we can do this within this time of the year, within this amount of years. So alhamdulillah kalau if you notice, dia dari dulu macam the first dulu masa awal simpur tu pakai simpur cut. So you have to tekan masukkan dalam tu. Lalu tu dengar bunyi lagi the IDD apa tu? The apa tu? I forgot what's the name of that thing. Macam ibu bunyi tu.
Cemkuda tau. Cemkuda tau.
Macam tu that thing. Then dulu tu the fastest speed was 100 kbps 100 kbps if I'm not mistaken. 100 kilobytes per second. Then year by year, 10 years later, they start introducing faster data speed, which is 20 ka? Oh, sorry, 10. 10 is the fastest. Then after another 5 years again, that goes to the highest is 50. And then so on sampai 100 Mbps. So Brunei actually have that framework sudah set out to have a faster speed tu. Tapi provided that we have to be consistently supporting them lah, and supporting. Masa ni it's called UNN. Dulu it was like Telbru, different ISPs. Telbru, Imagine apa semua tu, they have their own ISP now. Sorry, they have their own network apa semua tu, network line. Tapi now the network line itu comes from UNN itself, while providing the network line itu to ISPs, which is progressive, DST,
ISP
Imagine.
ni internet service provider kan, for those who
Yeah,
don't
internet.
know. Yes.
Yeah, internet service provider lah. So there's a lot of things lah that these things also help for us to survive or for us to adapt partial lockdown ni je. Dulu the total lockdown je lah. Tapi kadang-kadang ayah je nak bersyukur orang ni kan. Tapi I totally, yeah.
People will find something to complain about in the end. It's not, it's unavoidable lah barang ni.
Tapi I also have concerns here for areas, especially in Tutong and Blyth, and some areas in Tutong, some areas in Blyth, some areas in Temburong je. Even some areas in Brunei pun je. Others, some cannot be reached by this network line apa semua ni lah. So some of them said that there are no connection apa semua tu. There are no apa yang orang hubs or points that they can lay down the
tempat yang barnya 1-2 ni jatuh na.
Macam tu lah. Especially the ones yang masih copper wire pun dorang pun ada problem je lah. Pasal reason why pun they have to have a look je untuk membuat cabling ni, they have to look at the environment to lay out this cabling ni, and then how is it. Pasal ada some environments kalau you know how cabling tu kan, kalau ianya groundnya in the solid, and then groundnya sanang apa tu naik turun apa you know.
Permaya licak lah
licak lah, macam even the grounding apa you punya type of batu tu pun take into consideration juga. Pasal kabel tu cuma ni kan, bila ada tanah tu macam ada higher chances of naik turun tu, the kabel tu naturally will putus dia sendiri tu. So they want to avoid that. So they are trying to find solutions for that lah, rather than having the pipe pasar tu. They're trying to use a Wi-Fi 6, not Wi-Fi, kira macam Wi-Fi 6.
Macam extender lah.
Macam extender lah.
Tapi besar.
Tapi besar, which is still under development lah sebenarnya. For some people, for some countries, that rather than using cable, they want to have that an extender of wires or Wi-Fi in order to adalah, which is still boleh pelang feasible, tapi it costs a lot lah sebenarnya.
One day we'll have. Nanti jadi Jepun lah.
Imagine 319 terabits per second. I tell you, semua terang tu macam Netflix, you can go 4K at most time. Lepas tu even kan mendownload pun.
Even ada Wi-Fi raw bus stop tu, artinya amazing lah. Aku pernah baca.
Yeah. There are certain countries yang really technology advanced in terms of especially for user satisfaction is Japan and Korea. These two are like for me lah personally are one of the leading countries that really see the importance of user satisfaction atau. Pasal in Japan they really cater to the people where they provide a lot of things macam conveniences, especially if you go to Japan kan macam there's a lot of vending machines yang ada sana pasal they know that the the people of Japan likes to take walks apa macam but if you can see
That's the
di
reason
sana di sana jarang then ramai orang have a car lah. Not everyone have a car. Pasal the convenience of public transportation, macam buses, apa nama barang tu?
Is it
Bullet
cycling?
bullet trains, cycling apa semua tu. Because for
I've
them,
seen block lang satu. The block orang actually go to work in Japan lah. Bloknya pala ke kerja siya. Actually pakai tinggal half an hour kali pakai basikal lah. Syok lah soalnya. Tapi at the same time macam bahaya je macam ada
tapi the thing
bus wah mejan sebelah.
the thing in Japan is that they have this ethics wah macam walaupun kerja ada etik, berjalan pun ada etik, even macam naik tangga pun ada etik, especially the public apa tu using of the public facilities, tangga dorang sebelah kiri is naik, sebelah kanan is turun. Then if you're on the escalator, you have to stand on the left side and give way for those yang in the rush on the right side satu. So the ethics satu macam was like it's convenient again. It's the conveniency for the people. Tadi aku mention pasal apa tu vending machines are here and there and for the convenience people. Then orang ada convenience shop 24-hour convenience shops which Family Mart, 7-Eleven apa semua tu. Then the convenience shops itu provides a lot of things macam orang sediakan a lot of things lah macam barang mandi apa macam makanan apa semua tu lah. It's called convenience shop lah. Tapi again di sana they provide a lot of things that they think that people need on the go. Macam if you go to train stations kan, train stations orang macam they provide a lot of shops and then they provide a lot of restaurants. Tapi restaurants ni yang small that people can like macam eat and go macam tu lah. Pasal Japan is one of macam kemat lah. Kalau Brunei kemat lah macam tu. Tapi kemat is bigger sudah kan. Di sana pun ada yang lagi damit. Tapi untuk orang pekerja saja dan barang-barang yang orang mau simpan. In Japan, I would say it's really a fast-paced community. It's fast-paced culture lah. Pasal in the city lah mostly. Kalau in the perkampungan apa, not really that fast-paced lah. Tapi in the city is really fast-paced. Pasal peak hours is macam all pagi atau pukul 10 apa, they have to go to work. And then orang balik kerja macam pukul 10 malam macam tu.
I think ada yang clock 12 hours a day. Just
clock.
Kalau di Brunei jarang mendengar lah barang itu.
Jarang. Pasal di Brunei 8 hours kan 8 hours kan kerja. 8.5 kali I'm mistaken. It's a fast pace that train station itu provides things that is convenient to take macam minuman boleh siap dalam masa 30 saat. Ramen dorang boleh siap dalam 30 saat. So something that you can do on the go. So the convenience. So again, what I said is that these countries have their own conveniency. They really cater to the user satisfaction itu. Pasal they see these things. The people are paying tax to the government. This is what the government should do. They should give back to the people, because this is dorang punya duit yang they pay for the government in order to build a safer place and a convenient, an efficient place for them to live in.
I think that's the key word really, the efficient. Something us Bruneians can learn from lah. I think pernah last time I'm a kira di uni dulu di UTB tu. We have this apa seminar kali, something like that lah, and we have Japanese, ada international people lah, ada orang Jepun dia apa, and then ada yang beri malu pula tapi ada this one time atau dia punya schedule na ngambah atau I was volunteering last time. Ay kena marahi ako pasal nga what is this nga not on time pasal apa ada they were supposed to be a speaker last time. Sebenarnya belum datang, I think 5 minutes late kali gitu. Atau ataupun marah ya ada put some expectation and standard lah. So itu dari segi masa apalagi yang lain lah. So something we can learn from lah.
Itu Japanese people, they have that pasal atau dorong punya tu. So everything must be on time. So they don't want to waste time bah gitu. So everything's on time. Kalau datang kerja pukul 8, pukul 8. Dan kalau balik pukul 4, balik pukul 4. Dan kalau ada kerja lebih, baru tah macam stay di office gitu. So some companies in Japan, what they do is that kalau orang itu stay back macam have to do extra work, apa polisinya tah?
Is it
If they stay
apa ada bonus kah atau apa?
Enggak, there were no bonus for them. Pasal kira-kira atu yang orang the reason why you stay back at work artinya you're not efficient doing your work you know.
Oh yeah. That's true.
So artinya so macam kalau you stay back at the office artinya you're not efficient doing your work, means that nampaklah di sana macam that, tapi again you have to be on time the next morning gitu. So that's why ataupun because of that pressure that kind of pressure by some company punya policies, that Japan is one of the leading country in terms of suicide ane.
Yeah, that's the dark side lah, I would say.
That's the dark side lah. They even have a mountain a forest where ramai orang bunuh diri di sana. I don't remember what's the forest called.
Think Fuji bukan Fuji. Bukan belakang motor.
Yep.
Cek.
Ngam. Namanya Okigahara, di bawah Fuji Mountain lah. So basically aku rasa kalau aku tunjuk terus kena. Sini. Somewhere here kali tu. Somewhere around along the line lah. So yeah. So basically because of that you know how stressful it is lah macam having a fast-paced country, fast-paced community atau that it leaves that like too much pressure. Alhamdulillah in Brunei we're not like that. That's why kadang-kadang flexibility itu sometimes is required lah. Tapi if you have too much high expectations and then you're disappointed with the expectation, you're not satisfied with the expectation, this can happen lah.
Yeah, that's why we need to have a balance lah in everything atau.
Yes, we do
things in
moderation.
Moderation, yes.
Do things in moderation lah. I mean, why do you want to be the best in the world with sacrificing a lot of things here lah? So by the end of the day, you're not happy and stuff like that.
And you only live once.
You only live once.
You love lang.
I like this one I saw this one quote, is that ada orang cakapnya cuma ni, you only live once, why you want to do that? No, that person cakap say no, you only die once, you should change your thinking like that satu. Pasal you only live once artinya kau boleh mati balik-balik satu maksudnya. Bukan ni lah, I don't think that's what it meant lah, tapi
I think dari is they're talking about kira angle living atau
living
meaning atau they need to make most of the living atau
Some people said you only live once. When banyak orang cakap you only live once satu, you will think that why not do it kan? You only live once. Tapi when you think about if you only die once, you will think about it. Macam you think the consequences. If you do this, apa, do you wanna die in regret? Do you wanna die in humility? Apa semua tu. Then when you think about it, benar juga. You will die. You'll only die once. Gitu.
Damn deep.
So I think
one
deep, yo.
topic we need to talk about in the future lah. Maybe invite Ustaz Khairul Nazif.
Oh, Ustaz. Inshallah.
Oh, inshallah.
Ustaz, if you're hearing this, Ustaz, come to our podcast and talk about this.
Kalau ada ustaz-ustaz yang interested join kami, do contact us. But anyway, we've talked about tadi COVID di Brunei, the second wave atau, and then the vaccination, and then ada pasal where UNN, and then Saljipun, lots of things lah. So it's been a great talk lah. If you have been if you've been enjoying this, do like this podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, kalau belum subscribe, I think follow atau subscribe in Google Play Store apa tu. I think subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, follow lah. So I think we're gonna be doing this much more often. If you guys have more topic suggestions, you want to hear more about the IT expert in Japan, boleh aja.
Next podcast session, I'm gonna change my scenario. Or my scenery. Maybe we'll go to somewhere lah.
But anyway, before we end, do you have any last words dari Hazman?
Kenapa last words atau last words is,
bukan last words. Final sebelum tadi end the podcast lah.
Yeah, I mean, it's always gonna be try to stay safe. Karena di rumah lah for a while, and kalau boleh find things that you enjoy doing di rumah with your family, and your spouses and then let's do this together, inshallah.
Yes,
we'll try to lift the restriction in the soonest time possible. Do get your vaccination as soon as possible juga kalau dapat. And then please mask up and then avoid crowded places and just go out and
when you need it
only lah
not one.
Need lah. Semua tu lah. So again, I would like to say thank you to semua juga frontliners, especially the ones who are handling all the vaccination centers, the ones who's helping the COVID patients apa juga, and especially also juga to the ministries juga tackling some of these problems apa juga, the ministries and the minister itself, and then the journalists who keep us updated every single day to the press conference apa semua tu. And then the runners who have been helping out us with the foods, with the products that requires delivery and then keeping us safe. And also to the people of Brunei Darussalam, thank you for cooperating with all of these people and also those people yang supporting us, supporting the front lines by atau sedekah barang-barang semua tu, especially the foods that required for the COVID patients and then the the scrubs that some of the companies are making out for them semua. Alhamdulillah, thank you everyone. I hope to see this could be continuing in the long run, and then hopefully we can get through this together lah.
Yep. Hopefully soon. And
hopefully soon.
Yeah, I think that's all the time we have today for this episode. If you don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click the like, comment,
subscribe and share, comment.
Share, semua tu lah. Depends on where are you watching this lah or listening to this. So anyway, that's Hazman and Shafi, and see you next time. Bye.